Hello, everyone. This is our video for those of you that weren't able to attend physics class on Friday, August 21st. Just a quick show you what we did that day so you can keep pace with us. So I started the class. I asked two questions. The first one being, have you watched the introduction video in our Welcome to Physics folder? If you have not, I'll show you how to do that in a moment. And the second question I asked was, have you taken the student survey, which is also in our Welcome to Physics folder? Again, if you have not, I will show you how to do that shortly. And then I went through a little bit more detail how a typical week would look in physics and wrapped up our day. So let me go over and show you our Schoology page. So when you come into Schoology, if you click on the Welcome to Physics folder, you look in there at the top. That was our link to our conference for Friday. Again, just to make sure you can find conferences, you click on the conference button over here on the left. And if I have a conference scheduled, you'll see one right here. Right now, I do not have one set up, but you would see one here, and you could click on the title of that conference to join it. All right, so underneath that, Friday, our introduction video is directly underneath of that. Again, if you haven't seen that, please click on that. There's a lot of helpful information in that video. Underneath that is our what about physics question. Hopefully you've answered that. Those are a lot of, it's fun seeing all the answers that people have. Some good humor and some very fun things to read. So check it out. Below that is the link for our student survey. So what I want you to do here, if you click on the student survey, and then when you start it's listed as in Schoology as a quiz. When you start it up, there'll be it says, please click here. That blue link is where I want you to click. You click on that blue link, that'll take you over to our physics survey. I want you to please answer all those questions. This survey is very, very helpful to me as far as running class for the rest of the year, especially a couple of the questions at the end. For example, do you have access to a printer? Do you have to share your computer? Are you going to be working? They're all during COVID. That really helps me figure out how to make this class be successful for the students. When you get to the very bottom, please do not forget to hit submit. If you don't hit submit, I can't see your answers, and I'll have you do this again. So please, please, please make sure you hit submit. Once you have submitted the survey and you close that window, come back. It'll drop you back in here to the student survey quiz. Just at the bottom here, it says, have you completed the student survey? I want you to click on that yes button. And again, very important, hit that submit. When you hit that submit, it'll automatically grade and put 5 points into your grade book just for answering some questions so I can help do class better and get to know you as well. All right. So now let's show how a typical week in physics will look. So right now I'll have here the week 1, and I'll put a week in there at a time. The week 1, we're going to start our unit on Introduction to Physics and Measurement. I want you to click on that folder, and inside this folder you'll see 6 things. The first one being some discussion questions. So this is where I want you to post questions that you have on the material for the week. This is a public space, and by that I mean if you post it, all the other students in the class can see it. This serves 2 purposes. One, if you have that question, chances are there are other students that have a question too, so please post it there. And that'll allow me to answer it once and for everybody in the class to see. And the second is, if somebody else knows the answer to the question, they can post it there. So you guys can have discussions amongst yourselves as a class on how to do some things if there are some questions. Really helpful feature for how we do things. All right, so that's just in general. Every week folder will have one of those, and we'll keep our questions there. Now, again, I did mention this is public. If you want to do something that's more one-off, more private, just send me an email, and we'll have a discussion that way. Mondays and Tuesdays are our lecture days. When you click on one of those folders, when it goes in, you'll see that'll be the name of our lecture for that day, Scientific Method. There'll be a video here come Monday, and I'll want you to click on that so you can see what we're going to be learning about. Once you are done with watching that video, I want you to click on this. It says Scientific Method Lecture Questions. In Schoology, it calls this a quiz. That's simply the way I had it set up. This should be easy. There's 3 questions in here. Should take you just a minute and to answer them. It's not meant to be hard. It's just meant to give me a way of showing that you have read, or you've watched a video, and that you'll be in a good position to do well on our quiz on Friday. Now, Monday and Tuesday both have that same structure. There'll be a video here, and below it, there'll be the quiz. Let's take a look at Wednesday. Wednesday is the one time during the week that I want you to join me in a Schoology conference. If Schoology is not working for whatever reason, I'll send out a quick email. Please check that, and we'll meet with Google Meets instead. So when you look on Wednesday, it'll say click on the Conferences tab. Again, the Conferences tab is here on the left. And then join me during our class period, 10th period, and I'll go through, I'll ask if any questions on the material. We'll try to answer those. We'll do some sample problems, go over any worksheets that I gave out Monday and Tuesday. This is just really a way to help you be prepared for the quiz on Friday. Now, this is the main way I want you to get your participation points, is attending this Wednesday group session for review and problem solving, practice problems. If you cannot make Wednesday's class, then the next option for you to get your participation points will be Thursday. So Thursday, I'll do some demos on Thursday. So if I do one, there'll be a video here for the demo. If we're doing a lab, I'll do a video on the lab. If it's something I can have you do at home, I'll have instructions here for you on how you can do it at home. Right beneath that, there are two other things in this folder. The next one is office hours. Thursdays are the days where I will hold open office hours from 7:30 to 11, 12 to 1:30. If your schedule permits during those times and you have questions and you haven't met with me on Wednesday, or I guess if you have and you still have questions, please stop in sometime during those times. Just click on this conference tab here. It'll join you in the conference. Make sure once you join, say, "Hey, Dr. Yates," make sure I know you're there. I might not be sitting in front of my computer at the moment. I probably will be getting some other things ready. So please click on that and say hi, so I know you're there. Right? Don't just type it into the message box. I won't hear you. Make sure you log in with the microphone so you can speak and I will hear you. All right. So that will be the second way you can get participation points. At the bottom here, there is a weekly participation points quiz. Again, Schoology is calling it a quiz. Really, this is an assignment. It's just as a way for me to automatically grade it so I can get it in the gradebook for you guys right away and you can see things. So when you click on this, it'll launch you into a quiz. Again, that's what Schoology calls it. And this has one question, and there are three options for answering this question. It says, how did you get your participation points this week? And option A, right, did you come to Wednesday's class? Option B, did you come to Thursday's office hours? And option C, if you were not able to come to either one of those and you talked to me beforehand, right, to arrange a time that we can get together. Now, again, participation points are very important. Typically, I don't do this, but when we're teaching remotely, I need some way to make sure I'm interacting with each of you every week, right? If I had you in class, I'd be walking around the room. I'd be looking over your shoulder. I'd be asking if you had any questions. That gives me a chance in class to do that. I don't have that option when we're doing things remote. So this is my way of doing that. Now, to reward you for doing that, 10 points for your participation every week. This is very important because this is how you're going to work with me so we can make sure you're set up for success on Friday with our quiz. Okay. The last part we're going to have in here will be our Friday quiz. Now, one thing I want you to know about the Friday quiz, there are two things that have to happen before you can take that quiz on Friday. The first being it has to be Friday, right? I won't open this quiz until Friday morning. It'll be open for the day. The second thing is you have to show me that you have taken the steps that you will be successful for the quiz. By that I mean on Monday and Tuesday, again, I mentioned that there are some lecture notes questions. You need to answer those lecture notes questions on Monday. You need to answer the lecture notes questions on Tuesday. And finally, Thursday, you need to show me how you got your participation points for the week. If you've done all three of those and it's Friday, you'll be able to see the quiz Friday, and it'll give you a chance to take it. Now, the quizzes on Friday are a little bit more challenging. It's more like a quiz, as opposed to the lecture questions on Monday and Tuesday, which are really pretty easy. They're not to necessarily show that you know the material. It's just to show me that you listen to the video, watch the video. Okay, and that's how typical week in physics will go. If you have any questions, please reach out to me via email. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and we will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.